Thanks for tuning in to this week's podcast episode.
Podcast episode.
That didn't feel right. I don't know. I'm one of your FWBs. Read reviews by Jest or just Jess.
And
I said by Jest.
It's been a while, guys. I am your other FWB, booked with Emily or just M. And today we are talking all about beach reads. It is officially June. I actually don't think it's officially summer yet, but it feels like once June starts, it's summer. I think like June 21st or something is.
That feels late.
I know, right? Summer's halfway over.
Summer start. June 1st.
Oh.
No, June 21st.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think it's like late June.
I'm getting conflicting information because it says summer, Wednesday, June 21st, and then right below it, it says June 1st.
Maybe that's for Canadians.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
Summer, June 21st to September 23rd. Trust me, Jess, I'm a summer baby. I know my summer shit.
The summer solstice starts on June 1st, apparently.
I don't know what that means.
I don't know either. Anyways.
Regardless, we are talking about beach reads.
Yeehaw! We are talking about beach reads, but first, before we get into the podcast episode, how are you doing, Emily?
I'm good. It's actually been so hot here this past week. Like Miserably hot, like 90 degrees. I think actually we broke a record for like the hottest day like ever on like
global
June
warming.
Something. We're so fucked. But no, today I think it's actually like 72 degrees. I just took a ride with Lily. We went and got some Starbucks. So I'm doing well. Things with work are slow. I'm just like living the life over here.
I love that.
Yeah. What about you? What's going on with you?
Honestly, it hasn't been that hot here. I can't relate. But it's been good. I'm just live, laugh, loving. I am in the throes with the Addicted series by Krista and Becca Ritchie. So that's really consuming my life.
Yeah.
And other than that, I have no real updates, but.
I mean, that's exciting though.
Yeah, it's exciting. I read 3 books this weekend.
That's impressive. Some may say...
And it's a series. I'm turning into Emily.
I was just gonna say, like, I'm excited for you, because you know how I feel about series. So for you to be on a series binge, I'm so impressed. Even though I don't... It's funny. The series she's reading, I actually read book 1 and didn't like it. But I'm still proud of you nonetheless.
Yeah. I think Emily is in the minority with this one, for sure.
For sure. Yeah. No, absolutely. Absolutely am.
But I'm really enjoying it. It's really, I don't know. It's good. It's different. But that's really just taking up my whole entire life. I got a new cup. Oh, I'll go show you after.
That's cool. Like a mug? A Stanley?
Like a Stanley, but not a Stanley. It's an Awala. It's a 40 ounce. You'd actually like it. It's the color of my headphones.
Ooh.
Doop.
Stanley Doop.
Doop.
Wait,
yeah.
I'm actually in like a reading slump. I'm just like not doing well over here. Like honestly,
I feel like you just posted that you were out of a reading slump.
I was out of a reading slump.
Okay.
So I was in a reading slump. So I started the Legacy of God series by Rena Ken. And Rena Ken is honestly like my guilty pleasure author because she is unhinged. Like her series are not meant to be taken lightly. Like truly, they are really, really dark, and there's some like non-con in there and some dub-con in there. So just definitely, read trigger warnings. But I really liked book 1, and I sped through it, and I was like, this is perfect. And then I got to book 2, and I just crashed and burned again. I was like, ugh! And it's a series too! So I'm just, I don't know, but I did just get an arc of QB Tyler's new book, Keep Her Safe. And I'm so, so excited. So I'm hoping that one saves me from this slump.
QB Tyler, you fucked up giving Emily an arc because she's never going to review it.
Honestly, I haven't reviewed anything in so long. I'm just like, I feel like I'm in a creative slump too. Like, I'm just vibing. I don't know. I've been watching a lot of Boy Meets World. So.
Yeah, I love that for you. I feel like I'm going to be in a slump after the Addicted series, but that's okay. Whatever. Who cares? It's summer, and maybe these summer reads will get us out of this slump. But before we do that, we're going to play a little game called This or That Summer Fun.
Yeah, baby. Let's do it. All I think is Beach Boys and like doing like the waves with your hands. You know what I mean? Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah. Okay. Anyways.
All right. I'll start us off. Flip-flops or bare feet?
I
have some questions.
Like to wear.
Right. Like in a store or like when you walk outside. I don't know.
Like around my house, or like if I'm like at a friend's house at their pool, then I will be barefoot.
Yes. Okay, same. If I go anywhere that requires shoes, then flip-flops. But if I can be barefoot.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, same. Okay. Pool time or movie time?
Pool time.
100%, baby.
It's summer. I want to be in that pool from sun up to sundown.
I think I've said this before, but if we're going to the pool together, we are swimming. We are playing. Like, we will lay out, we will eat snacks, but, like, we're doing handstands, we're playing fucking...
Do you know?
I was gonna say Mario Lopez. What's this game called?
Marco Polo.
Yeah.
Amazing. Okay, I'm sad we missed out on that.
It to Mario Lopez. There's still time. Summer's not over.
That's true. We need to reschedule that.
Yeah.
Okay. Popsicle or snow cone?
Ooh. I'm gonna go with a popsicle.
Same. I actually don't like snow cones at all.
Yeah. I've only ever had one that you like, you know, those like snow cone machines you make like at your house. I've only ever had one from there. I feel like if I had an official one, I'd like it.
Yeah, for sure.
It's just literally ice with syrup.
Yeah. But the syrup then sinks to the bottom and you're holding the cone and then it gets all, I don't like sticky things on my hands. And so popsicle.
Okay. There's a dirty joke in there somewhere.
Moving on.
Burgers or hot dogs? It says brats, but let's say burgers or hot dogs.
Hot dogs.
Give me one of each.
For sure.
Yeah.
Give me one of each. I didn't get that at first. I was like, I don't know what you mean. You know what? If you're going to do a cookout, that's so true. We actually had a Memorial Day cookout, and I was like, all right, how many hamburgers and how many hot dogs should we make? And I was like, make enough for everyone to have one of each. Like, that's just what you do at a cookout.
Agree. One of each.
But if I had to pick hot dog.
If I had to pick... Oh, I can't, actually.
One of each.
I'd pick a hot dog. In the summer.
I love a hot dog. Yeah.
In the summer, yeah.
It hits different.
Yeah.
Okay. Watermelon or pineapple?
Watermelon.
Okay. Pineapple.
Yeah.
For sure. Okay. I actually bought a pineapple or a watermelon for the Memorial Day picnic, and then I let it sit in my car. And when we went to Starbucks, it was literally like the watermelon was like soft. Like I knew it, so I took a garbage bag down with me, thankfully, and put it in the garbage bag. But I was like, this could have like exploded everywhere. Yeah. Because it's been so freaking hot. So, but anyways, pineapple.
I love that. Okay, iced tea or lemonade?
Lemonade. I've been on a lemonade kick.
Me too.
Oh my God. It's because it's summer.
Literally. Costco, if you shop at, you're a Sam's Club girl, aren't you?
Yeah.
Costco has the best lemonade. It's so good.
Oh, I love it. You know what's funny? As my TikTok right now is all lemonade stands. It's all people who like have made like lemonade carts and stuff and go to fairs
I've
and
seen
stuff.
That.
Yeah, and now I want to make a lemonade cart and go to like the county fair. Like,
yeah, we should do that. We're all about the businesses, baby.
That's so true.
Okay, build a sandcastle or collect seashells. I just asked the last one, but I'm yeah.
That's fine. I'm gonna collect seashells because. Again, I'm weird with stuff touching me, and to build a sandcastle, you have to like really immerse yourself in the sand, and I don't like that. So collect seashells.
Yeah, collect seashells, because then it's like a memento, too. You could take it home with you.
Mm-hmm. Also that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Pool or ocean?
Pool girl. I'm a pool girl.
Yeah.
All the way. All day.
This is a hard one for me. I love to spend the day at the ocean, but then I like having a pool to rinse off in. Like to get the sand and the sticky sweat off of you. But I'll go with ocean, because I guess...
I usually just, like, have a shower for that.
No, that's too... I don't even like walking in the house with it. Oh, God, no. But we're gonna go ocean.
Yeah, I'm also afraid of the ocean, so there's that. Anyways, beach sunrise or beach sunset?
Ooh. I'll go sunset, because it's more realistic to be able to watch.
Yeah, I will never be up for the beach sunrise, I don't think. I also like the sunset because it's nice. You can, like, have a little beach picnic, you know, just chill. But in the morning, and nobody's got time for that.
Well, you're not a morning person either. You wouldn't even be enjoyable to watch the sunrise.
I would be like, this is why we're up this early? Really?
What the
It does it every day.
Okay. Read a book or listen to music?
Read a book, baby. Duh.
Yeah, that one's obvious. Read a book for sure.
Beach volleyball or a bike ride?
Neither, really. But I guess if I had to pick, I would probably pick a bike ride. Yeah.
Yeah.
Unless it's on the beach, because riding a bike on the sand is freaking hard.
No, I don't think it's that.
Oh, okay.
I would pick beach volleyball, but it wouldn't be volleyball. It would be badminton.
Okay, so neither.
Yeah, neither. Yeah.
Okay. A boat ride or water skiing?
Boat ride all the way. Water ski, you look too much like a turtle and the sharks will come get you.
That's true. But I went on a boat ride last year at the beach, and I thought I was going to have to call the Coast Guard to come save me. I was so sick. I wanted to jump overboard.
Seasick?
I didn't know I did. I had no idea until we were out in the... Oh, God. So... But water skiing would be scary. I guess boat ride if I didn't get seasick.
Okay. I don't know who asked what, but paddleboard or kayak?
Kayak.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think I have the balance to paddleboard.
Yeah. I'd be in the water.
Or the mental agility.
You would look like a little seal on top of a paddleboard. Sharks will definitely get you then. Oh my God. Speaking of sharks, have you seen that kid who jumped off the cruise line?
What?
You haven't seen this? It's all over the news, all over the TikTok.
Would he get eaten by a shark?
So he just graduated high school. He was on like a trip with all of his friends. They dared him to jump off like a Carnival cruise line. And they were in the Bahamas. I want to say like Nassau maybe, which is known for like being shark infested waters. So he jumped off the boat. It was night and there's like a video of him and they threw the like a life preserver and he's swimming towards it. And then all of a sudden he literally turns the other way and then just disappears. And like people like have like started like dissecting this video and it looks like a hammerhead or a bullhead shark like attacked him. Yeah. They haven't found his body or anything. How sad.
Yeah, I don't like the ocean.
Yeah, you don't fuck around. I
want to cry.
That. Yeah, no, it's really sad.
Anyways, moving on.
Yeah, let's bring this back in. Okay, I don't know what this is.
Let's just skip that one.
Okay, swimming or sunbathing?
Swim.
Sunbathe, for sure.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
But in a pool, like laying out. So.
Yeah, no, swim. Duh. Okay. That was fun. I feel like we had a lot of the same answers, which makes sense, and I'm not really surprised by anything.
I know.
That we've said.
That gave us everything I thought it was going to give us.
It's giving.
It gave summer.
Okay, fabulous. Let's get into these beach reads. Or let's not just call them beach reads, they're summer reads. Whether you're going to the lake, to the beach, to the pool, to a European vacation, these are the books that are just giving summer.
Amazing. Yes. But speaking of, do you have any summer plans? Do you have any summer vacay plans?
Honestly, no. Devin and I went and got our passports on Friday. Last Friday?
Why?
or
What
2
are you
weeks ago.
doing?
I don't know, but I want to go to the beach somewhere, so we're just planning. We have nothing scheduled, though. So, yeah.
That's exciting. I need to update my passport. It's my maiden name still. Not that I have any plans to leave the country, but, you know, it's nice to have that option.
You never know.
That's so true.
Hopefully we'll reschedule our Ocean City trip at some point.
I wonder if the pool's open.
Yeah, I should call. If not, if you can't come, I'll probably still go to Ocean City without you. But it'll be really sad.
I mean, I want to go to Ocean City. The pool just needs to be open.
Perfect.
Yeah, don't go without me.
Well, I'll probably still go without you because we like to go a couple times.
That's fair. At least go with me once. Just one time.
For sure.
Okay.
Other than that, I'm off from work the first week of August, so who knows what I'll do then, but
maybe use your passport. Go to...
It won't be ready yet. They were like, September.
Are you serious?
Everything's really backed up, yeah.
Oh my God. Maybe it'll surprise you and get here early. Because I think that ours did that because we were supposed to elope in Jamaica. And so everyone went and got their passports so early because that's what they said. It was going to take like months. And then we got them like relatively quick compared to how long they said that it would be. So maybe it'll surprise you and it'll be here in time for August.
I mean, yeah. I don't know where I'm going to go.
Yeah.
What are your plans?
Nothing really. We're going to the beach in September. Every year we go to Nag's Head. Like with my family, we get a beach house and like stay right on the ocean. But that's not until September. But you know, that'll be here before we know it, literally. But other than that, no vacay plans. Usually I try to go to Florida. But I already tried that. It didn't pan out.
Story for another time.
Yeah, so Florida and I are broken up. I'm done with Florida. So I don't know, Nag's Head, and then probably just, I don't know. Tim has like weird days off because he works shifts. So like sometimes he'll have like Monday, Tuesday off. So maybe we can try and do a long weekend somewhere or like, you know, go to Ocean City with you guys. Exactly. Yeah. So we'll figure something out. I don't know. But that's it. That's it just about.
Aw, look at us.
Yeah, that's it.
We're summer girls.
Okay, so for all the trips we're not taking, what books would we read this summer? Do you want to kick us off?
Yeah, so if you're new here or we haven't honestly done an episode like this in a while, so for those of you wondering, we will create a guide. Emily will create a guide, hopefully, and put it up on our Instagram with all of the recs that we talk about today. And all of these ones, either I or she or both of us have read and would recommend. So, I am actually going to kick us off with a book that we are buddy reading for the podcast next week, I think. And that is Baby Moon or Bust by Ava Hunter. And this book is just like, I don't know. It's just a sweet, sweet book. And I'd say like half of it takes place in Cancun, Mexico. They're at like a beach resort. And then the other portion of it takes place in Alaska. So you kind of get the best of both worlds, but still you get that like, I'm on vacation, give me a drink vibe.
Yeah.
And it's like a one night stand, accidental pregnancy. And I really liked it. Actually made me cry. So bring tissue to the beach.
Oh my God. Okay. Amazing. I'm excited to read it. I haven't read it yet, but I will be reading it because, like Jess said, it is our buddy read this month. So I'm excited. Even the cover just gives summer. Like they're so at like a resort and she's with her little bump and you got like this mountain man next to her. So I'm really excited about that one, but I have not read it. Two books that I would recommend are by Carly Fortune, Every Summer After and Meet Me at the Lake. And I'm kind of being a little bit of a fraud because I haven't read Meet Me at the Lake. It's the second book that she's written. They're not connected. But they both give summer vibes just based off the cover. Every Summer After is a second chance romance. It's dual timeline and it takes place at a lake. So very like reminiscent of just kind of like your childhood and playing at the lake with your friends and stuff like that. And I really, really enjoyed it.
Meet Me at the Lake is literally the same thing.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Like I said, I'm actually reading that one this month for another like buddy read, but Every Summer After, I would say, was the book of the summer last year.
Yeah.
Like, it was the book to read. So I think that one for sure. And then Meet Me at the Lake, I've heard good things about too. So I would definitely recommend both of those ones by Carly Fortune. And the covers are really, really pretty as well.
Yeah. I also would recommend Every Summer After. I read Meet Me at the Lake, and I personally thought it was kind of a letdown. It's very similar to Every Summer After and just not as good. So maybe you'll love it. I've heard similar things. People felt similarly, but Emily has heard good stuff. So take it with a grain of salt. Maybe you will. Maybe you won't.
For sure.
Next rec on here is Happy Place by Emily Henry. This takes place at like a lake house in somewhere in Maine, I want to say. I think it's in Maine, but it's like a group of friends are at this like lake house, and there's a pool, and they're like, it's really cute.
Yeah.
Emily is not an Emily Henry girly.
I'm not.
But I really enjoyed it. And I'd also recommend People We Meet on the Vacation by Emily Henry, and also Beach Read by Emily Henry. She's really just serving beach reads or summer reads. So, yeah, I feel like a lot of people either love her or hate her. Like, there's no, like...
I definitely don't get excited about her, like, releases. Yeah. I read Beach Read, and I will say I was disappointed in that one because it's literally called Beach Read, and it takes place, their houses are on the beach, but that's the extent of how the beach is involved. Like, truly. Mm-hmm. But I think just based off of, like, the title and the cover, and I guess, like, this... that their houses are on a beach is cool.
Right.
Happy Place I've heard really good things about, though. Actually, a couple of people have told me, even though, like, I'm not an M. Hen fan, I might like Happy Place just based on, like, the plot of it. So I have it, and I want to give it a chance, but I'm not in, like, a rush to get to it. So
yeah. I think you'd probably like it. People We Meet on Vacation is still my top Emily Henry, and Emily... hated that one.
Yeah.
So, yeah. But I liked Happy Place. It kind of gives, and this is like the smallest comparison ever. Like, it's like just a touch of it, just a sprinkle of After I Do by Taylor Jenkins Reid, but just a sprinkle.
Right. Okay. Like,
that's
a little dusting of, like, cinnamon on top or something.
Yeah. Like the bare minimum. It's just second chance romance.
Okay. The next one that Jess and I know both, this is, I think, mine and her go-to beach read recommendation is The Unhoneymooners by Christina Lauren. This is, if you come to me and you say, what book should I read at the beach? That is, without a doubt, the first recommendation I'm going to give you. The Unhoneymooners. It is absolutely hysterical. It is truly like you're watching a movie. Like, I've read this book and I felt like I was watching it play out before me. It's enemies to lovers, fake dating. There's a wedding in the beginning and the bride and groom get sick. And so the sister and the brother take the place and go on the trip. They're not sister and brother. You know, they're not related. They're not related. But they go on the honeymoon together, and it just turns into a freaking disaster after disaster. It is so funny. It's so amazing. Yeah.
I actually might reread this summer. I haven't read it in like 2 years, and when I did read it, I read it in like January. So I might give it a shot.
Maybe we should
take
read
it as a beach read
for the pod, because I would reread it.
Yeah.
Like, I would do it. I don't know. Stay tuned.
And we always talk about it. Maybe it'll be like a bonus episode if we get to it or not.
Okay.
But
100% recommend, though. It is... I can't believe that wasn't even the first one we said, honestly.
Yeah, honestly. I feel like you all have heard us talk about it a ton, too, because we genuinely both loved it. So curious to see if we'll still both love it. But,
I know.
Do you want to do the next rec, and then I'll take the one after that?
Oh, yeah. So the next one is Heartbones by Colleen Hoover. So if you guys are Colleen Hoover fans, this is such, like, quintessential Colleen Hoover book, right? It takes place on a beach house, or in a beach house on the beach, basically, but it got everything. It has, like, the emotional pieces of it, right? And, like, you got, like, young love, and there's some mystery to it, and I thought it was an adorable book. I thought it was really, really good, and it's a little heavier, I would say, for, like, a beach read.
I was gonna say, adorable?
Well, I think, like, their relationship's adorable, like, and, like, her kind of, like, I don't want to give anything away, but the girl is definitely kind of, she's taken from one place and dropped off into another place, and she just really needs to come into her own. So, I don't know. I thought it was good. Definitely heavier, but I think the setting really makes it feel like a good summer read.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it as well. I don't have anything to add, but I agree.
Perfect.
Okay, next book is obviously... I don't know why this is obvious, but Malibu Rising by Taylor Jenkins Reid, obviously. This is, I don't know, it's such a good beach read, I think. It takes place at Malibu, obviously. That one is obvious. Maybe that's where my brain was going. But it follows the Riva siblings. There's 5 of them, and how they are, like, navigating life with a famous deadbeat dad. And they're like big surfers, so that's really where the beach aspect comes in. But I absolutely love that book. It's one of my favorites by TJR. All of hers are my favorites, so take that with a grain of salt.
I haven't read Malibu Rising, but every TJR I've read I've liked. So I'm sure I would like this one too.
You should read it this summer.
I have it. I don't know why I haven't. It's just one of those things that I just have on my shelf and haven't read it.
Called to you.
Yeah, I don't know. But the next one, I would say The Guncle by have you read this actually?
I read it, but I didn't love it, but I'll cut this part out.
Okay. The Guncle by Stephen Rowley. This is, again, probably a heavier summer read. Like, it's very emotional. You would want to take, like, tissues with you if you're going to read it. Exactly.
That's why I didn't like it. Yeah. I went into it blind.
But
I was going to cut this part out, but I'm not. I went into it blind, and it was just really heavy for me in the beginning, and I was expecting, like, a cute, upbeat book, and it was not.
No. But you know what I will say, though? The comedy is there. Like, there are definitely so many moments of, like, comedic relief that you need to, like, kind of, like, make it a little more lighthearted. And I don't know. I thought it was a really, really cute story. I think that it's actually going to be a movie. I'm not 100% sure, but I think that it is. And you know who would be the best Guncle?
Who?
I'm blanking on his name. From Schitt's Creek, Levy. Dan Levy. From Schitt's Creek.
Aww.
He would be the best Guncle. So the Guncle is gay uncle. That's what it, like, stands for. And so he's just very eccentric, and he, out of nowhere, gets these 2 kids that he has to take care of. And I don't know. I think it's a really heartwarming story, but it is heavy.
Yeah. Okay.
Moving on.
Moving on. Nothing to add. Next book on here is Shipped by Angie Hockman, and I actually have lied to all friends because... Have you read this?
I have not.
I haven't either.
Okay.
But it's been on my TBR forever for summer, and I just, like, forget about it, honestly. But I've heard really great things about it.
I mean, the cover is giving summer.
So it gives summer.
I've
heard really great things about it, and I read her other book. I actually gave it 5 stars. I forget what it's called, too. But I really liked it.
So the reviews on Goodreads are okay. It has a 3.6, but out of 60,000 reviews. So, like, that's a lot of reviews. I think that's a pretty average rating. But yeah. The front, you know what, actually? Oh my gosh. Okay. So the first sentence says, The Unhoneymooners meets The Hating Game.
Yeah.
So it sounds like something we'd both, well, you didn't like The Hating Game, but you like The Unhoneymooners, so.
I only didn't like The Hating Game because Lucy was rapey.
She painted her bedroom the color of his eyes. So what? Okay?
Yeah.
Get over it.
And she kept being like, please fuck me. And he'd be like, no. And she'd be like, please. And I'm just like, come on.
You know
this
what?
is a little much.
She knew what she wanted. I don't blame the girl.
He did not want her. Just kidding. He did, I guess. But I think he talked himself into that one.
Yeah, he had to work it up. Okay. So the next one, this is another one that I really liked it, and Jess, it wasn't her favorite. But The Float Plan by Trish Dollar, this actually was, I think, one of my favorite books of 2020, I want to say. I just loved it. I thought it was such a sweet story. The whole story takes place on a boat. The beginning is heavy. There's definitely, read the trigger warnings. There's suicide mentioned. But it's really like a journey of self-discovery for the female and the male main character. There's disability rep in it, which I didn't know this, but if you look at the cover, you can literally see exactly what the disability is. It's like a little Easter egg. But I thought it was a really fun story. I loved the romance aspect of it. But again, a little bit heavier. So.
I never finished that one. I wouldn't not recommend it. I just, again, like, was anticipating, like, a cute rom-com and started, and it was pretty heavy. So,
yeah.
Just was, like, a not right now, like, wrong book, right book, wrong time sort of thing.
For sure. That makes sense.
Yeah.
I accept it.
Next book on here is Good Girl Complex / Bad Reputation by Elle Kennedy. And if you know anything about Emily, you know she loves Elle Kennedy. And I like her too, but I did enjoy the Good Girl Complex. It is like a college romance, but it takes place on like a beach.
Yeah.
And the only thing I didn't like was that his pet name for her was Princess, and I was just like, not for me.
Yeah, I don't love that either.
Yeah.
I think I must have blocked that out because I forgot about that.
I remember it, so it must have really affected me.
Yeah. Good Girl Complex I did like. Excuse me. I haven't read Bad Reputation yet, but I plan to do that this summer. It's the second book in the series, so I don't know if they can be read as standalones. Probably. They're probably, like, interconnected.
Yeah, for sure.
But the whole book, yeah, like, takes place on the beach. Like, they have the fires on the beach, and there's, like, a good friend group, and they're young. It's a really fun story, so I would recommend that.
I think the third book in that series comes out soon, too.
I think you're right. Yeah. Yeah, I think you're right.
It might already be out yet, actually.
Are you looking?
Or no, it comes out July 18th.
Oh, perfect. So,
yeah. The series is called Avalon Bay. And it's Good Girl Complex, Bad Girl Reputation, and The Summer Girl are the 3 books in the series. And I am the same as Emily. I have so far only read book 1, but really enjoyed it. But yeah.
Yeah, and all the covers really give summer vibes, too. So they're, like, nice to look at.
Giving summer.
Give summer, baby. You can take the next one, because I never read these.
Okay, the next one is The Summer I Turned Pretty. And last summer, these books really revived themselves.
Yeah.
I read these books. It is a series. The Summer I Turned Pretty is the first book in the series, but I read these books in middle school or high school, and, like, they were everything. Like, they were, like, just, like, yes, like, I want to be her, like, I want to be with these boys, and now I've, like, grown up, and I'm still that way. Anyways, this is a YA romance, and it's also a show on Amazon Prime, and it's just, like, I don't know, it just gives, like, cute, like, first love. There's a little bit of a love triangle with the brothers, and I don't know, it's just really cute. So, I definitely recommend it. And I also recommend watching the show, which season 2 is premiering, some Friday in June. Maybe this Friday. I don't know.
Yeah, Abby, so my sister and I were just talking about this. I did not read the books, and I think now it's not something, I'm not a YA fan, really, so I don't think it's something that I would read now. But last summer, again, took books by storm. Like, it really just had, I think the show revived them. But my sister and I were actually, this is kind of off topic, but talking about who they casted for The Summer I Turned Pretty, because I feel like usually they'll cast characters so much older than they actually are. And I think this is one of the only series that I'm like, those look like teenagers. Like, they casted them correctly. Like, they're like young.
They're not, though.
But they look like, you know what I mean? They have that like very innocent look to them, like where they could be like 16, 17 years old.
Yeah, honestly, That's not how I pictured the cast while reading them. I don't think any of them are attractive enough. And that's just weird to say because they are supposed to be teenagers, but they're not. So I can say that.
Yeah. That's fair.
But dang, it doesn't premiere until July.
And then they're kind of doing like a Daisy Jones things, right? Where like
Every
it's
Friday.
every Friday. Yeah, Abby was real pissed off about that.
Yeah. Okay. Anyways, yeah, I would recommend that one. Like I said, it's probably better if you read the books, like when you were younger and just like having that nostalgia factor.
Mm-hmm.
But I still think they're like cute reads, especially if you like YA.
Yeah. And the covers again are so pretty. The pastel colors, like they look nice sitting on a
with
shelf.
the shells.
Yeah, very nice. The next one, we actually did an episode on this, The Summer We Fell by Elizabeth O'Rourke. I keep talking about these like heavier summer reads, but again, this one is a little bit heavier, a little bit angstier, but it has like the surfing. The whole thing takes place basically during the summer. There's a lot of beach. There's a lot of good friend vibes going on. Mm-hmm. There's some a little bit of suspense and mystery because you kind of like have to wait to find out, you know, what happens to one of the characters. But I really loved this book, so I would recommend this one.
Yeah, I also really liked it. And I mean, if you want my full thoughts, listen to that episode of the podcast after you read it or while you read it.
Exactly.
Or if you already read it, listen to it again.
Refresh yourself.
Okay, next one on here is It Happened One Summer by Tessa Bailey. I feel like if you haven't read this book, then
you must live under a rock.
Yeah. I was going to say maybe you'll never read it and be a little bit nicer, but yeah, you probably do live under a rock. This took Book Talk by storm last year or the year before, and it is a steamy little cartoon cover book. I think that's the main reason.
Yes.
But it takes place in this little fisherman town, and he's
Fishy town.
Fishy. He's a boat captain, crab fisherman captain.
Exactly.
And she is like the rich girl who comes to the town. So it's fish out of water, pun intended. And enemies to lovers, and it is steamy. She does something to his butt.
She sticks something somewhere. And he does something on a dinner table, and it's not eaten off his plate, I can tell you that. No, it is steamy, and it's actually being made into a movie, so.
It is. And if you want more details on that, we have an episode where we talk to Tessa Bailey.
I think that's the steamiest book we've recommended so far, I would say. Like, that one is spicy.
I'm trying to think of what else we've recommended.
It definitely is.
The Unhoneymooners is spicy.
Yeah, it was. I think maybe It Happened One Summer is, like, kinkier. Like, there's definitely some, like... But it's also Tessa Bailey, so...
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to recommend the Love and Chaos series by Emery Rose. She's, like, one of my, like... hyperfixations right now. I discovered her. I read one of Emery's books, and now I'm just working through her backlist. But the Love and Chaos series, it takes place in California. There's surfers, there's beach shops, it's romance, they're all interconnected. You can read them as standalones, but like you 100% want to read them in order just to get like the full effect. Right now there's 3 books, and I believe that there is another book coming out. Could be wrong about that, but I don't think the series is finished. But I read all of them within like literally like 3 days. Like I loved them. They were so good, and they're on Kindle Unlimited. But definitely gives summer vibes, just the setting and the surfing and everything like that.
I have not read anything by Emery Rose, and I mean, I should, the way Emily talks about her. I don't know why I don't, but
yeah.
Live, laugh, love. Maybe I will. One day. I finally read Love Letter to Whiskey earlier in the year after she talked about it.
You're welcome. I think the thing is, too, with Emery Rose is she doesn't have standalones. They're all series. And I think that might be a turnoff for you, maybe. Just because, like, I don't know if you're a huge series girl. I don't know. Like,
it takes a lot for me to want to read a series back to back to back.
Yeah.
I don't know why that is, but...
You just like to be difficult, I think.
I do.
Yeah.
Okay, moving on. When We Were Mermaids by Barbara O'Neill, I think is the author. This is... I love this book. I think it's an underrated book as well. It takes place in where? Australia or something like that?
Yeah, so yeah, the majority of the story takes place in, I think, Australia, because it's like a mystery.
I don't want to give it away, but the main character's sister goes missing, presumed dead, and then one day they're watching the news and she sees the sister, so she travels out to Australia to try and track her down and find her and figure out what the fuck happened. That was an unnecessary cuss. I'm sorry.
I do it all the time. It's fine.
But she meets a guy when she's there, and it's just a really cute story, and, like, the sisterhood aspect of it is really sweet, and, like, navigating that, and it is emotional, it is a little bit heavier, but, yeah, I loved it.
Agreed. I read this at the beach, and I think that it really stuck with me too because I have a sister, and I think it was just one of those things where it's like, what lengths would you go to, like, for your sibling, and, like, a lot of forgiveness and everything like that. It's not really, like, the romance is definitely, like, a subplot. It's more so, like, the relationship between the sisters and, like, forgiveness and healing, but definitely underrated. Couldn't agree more with Jess. It was really good and definitely recommend it.
Yeah. Check the trigger warnings on that one, though.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that. Because there's some flashbacks in it. Yeah. Something a little bit fun, lighter, not heavy.
Ooh.
Yes. Something Wilder by Christina Lauren. This is another one that Jess and I both loved. And we actually both at different times read it at the beach while we were both on vacation. And it was such a fun read to read on the beach. Like, there was just, it's adventure, and there's, like, I don't want to give anything away about it, really, because it was just so fun. But we've mentioned this one before in other episodes because we've said this would make a really good movie. But I
1,000% agree.
Yeah, we both really like this one. We like Christina Lauren. They just write such fun books. So
I think this book, in general, is very different from the stuff that they usually write.
Yeah.
I mean, it's different from a lot of, like, the romance rom-com books you read. Like, there is, like, a puzzle aspect, and, like, they're, like, decoding things, and it's just, like, a fun ride. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah. It gives, like, Indiana Jones, kind of. Like,
it gives, like, Indiana Jones, The Hangover. They're, like, hunting for treasure.
Yeah. It's just fun.
It's just good.
It's all around just a good time. And it's a second chance romance, too. But again, I think the romance takes a backseat to, like, the story. Definitely recommend that one.
The next book is The Summer of Broken Rules by K.L. Walther. I hope I'm saying that right. It's like Walter, but there's a H in there. And this is a YA fiction / YA romance, and it's actually based off of, like, a Taylor Swift song. I'm not a big Taylor Swift girl, but if that is you, then you would like this. But essentially, they are at this, like, big... Where are they?
I wish I could give you anything and help you at all, but I got nothing for you.
Okay, they're at this annual family vacation. It's either at a beach or a lake, and the sister's also getting married, but also one of the other sisters of the female main character has just passed away. And so it's kind of like a journey through, like, she's grieving and creating this new normal within her family, and they're all coming back together, but they feel like they're missing a piece, essentially. There's a little bit of romance in there as well, but I really liked it. This was really popular on Book Talk, and wanna be popular. If you like The Summer I Turned Pretty, then I think you'll like this book too.
Okay, noted. Thank you for that.
Thank you. We got there. I had to do a little refresh.
The next one is One Look by Lena Hendricks. This one is definitely a little bit steamier. It doesn't take place, like, on a beach, really, but it's in a small town where there's, like, a lake, and it's a single dad and a nanny, and the single dad obviously has a child, and the nanny just takes the little girl. Yeah, that's what makes him a single dad. But the nanny takes takes the little girl to, like, the beach, and I don't know, it just gives good vibes to me. Maybe loosely summer, but it just felt right to put on the list. And it's steamy, and it was my first Lena Hendricks. Definitely won't be my last. I really liked it.
This is not on the list, nor does it really have to do with summer.
Okay.
But I just read Forbidden Hearts by Corinne Michaels.
I'm excited.
And I absolutely loved it. It was so good. It was funny. That was my first book by her. Again, this does not give, like, it's not on a beach or, like, have anything to do with summer, really. But if you're just looking for, like, a good book, it's also Single Dad Nanny. And the daughter is actually deaf. So there is, like, I mean, they're speaking to her in sign language. Obviously, you can't tell because you're reading it, but they do, like, describe it in the beginning. The audiobook for that was fantastic. Like, they were acting, and I was, like, laughing out loud. Their delivery was perfect. I just can't recommend it enough.
I'm excited to read that. I saw you, like, posted about it, and then I think, is today release day or pub day? Because I've seen it all over. People are saying, like, it's really sweet, but it's, like, steamy and swoony.
It's steamy.
And,
but it's so sweet, and it's so cute. It's also age gap as well. And it's Nanny. She's the nanny. Yeah. And he's also, like, a SWAT commander, so he's, like, in law enforcement. Oh. But his boss is her dad, so... A little bit of forbidden romance in there as well.
This sounds fun. I'll definitely have to give it a go.
Yeah, I loved it.
Okay, well, we went on track a little bit there with two of the books.
Sorry.
no, I did the same thing with one look. I'm like, it's not really summer, but, like, there's a beach, so it's fine.
Well, then you were like Single Dad and Nanny, and I was like, yes, this is perfect.
Okay. So the next book is Love in Other Words by, again, Christina Lauren. This is another book that I recommend by them all the time. It takes place at, again, a lake. They have kind of like a cottage. They're little best friends, little guy and girl, little boy and girl. And yeah, I don't know. I made that creepy. Little boy and girl, they're best friends, and they grow up over summers. And then it's a second chance romance. And just to put this out there, if you're going to read Love in Other Words and Every Summer After, they are very, very similar books. Very similar books. Christina Lauren, Love in Other Words, did come out way before, so I would recommend reading Love in Other Words over Every Summer After. It's literally the same plot. So I would read Love in Other Words by Christina Lauren before Every Summer After.
Yeah, don't read them back to back, I guess, would be my
or
biggest
even in the same summer. Like,
yeah. I agree. I really liked Love in Other Words as well. I feel like I didn't love it as much as most people did, so maybe I need to reread it. But, yeah. Agree with the rec.
Perfect. Thank you for agreeing.
You're welcome. The next recommendation on here is it actually called the Devil series?
That's the whole series, yeah.
Okay. Is the Devil series by Elizabeth O'Rourke, and this is, what, is it 5 books?
Right now, it's 4.
Oh, okay. It's 4 books, and Emily's going to tell you about them, because I forget.
Yeah, I'm looking them up now, because I want to make sure that there's 4. Yeah, there's 4. So... Well, there's a novella. There's a 2.5. But anyways, the Devil series, again, they could all be read as standalones, but all the characters do overlap, and they're just like really spicy, steamy romance books. They're very tropey. Each book is a different trope. I would say the beachiest one is The Devil in the Deep Blue Sea, and that is book 2 because it takes place in Hawaii. Well, half the book takes place in Hawaii, so very summer vibes, romance vibes. It's his brother's girlfriend, so like forbidden.
But yeah, that was a shock. He sucks though. His brother's.
Oh, absolutely.
His brother sucks.
And there's actually no cheating involved. But it's just still kind of like forbidden because it's secret afterwards. I would say the first one, which is A Deal with the Devil, is the funniest. It was freaking hysterical. But it takes place in LA, so I guess you're still kind of getting like the sunshiny weather, but it doesn't take place on the beach. But just the series, and it's a fun series to read, I think. But the second one is really like the beachy one.
I didn't finish this series. I only read up to book 2, I think. But I really enjoyed it. What's funny is Emily and I actually read this at the same time, but like unintentionally. Like I started it I started it and then I returned the book, and we share a Kindle library, and I woke up the next morning and the book was back on my Kindle, and I was literally like, what the fuck? I returned this, and then I couldn't return it, and I was like, what is happening? And then I asked her, I was like, are you reading this? And she was like, yeah. I was like, I literally finished it last night and was so confused.
Bestie brain. No, but it was good. The first one was, they're all funny. She kind of has a dark sense of humor too, actually. I liked it. Like, kind of like inappropriate, but I thought it was really, really funny. And I love how many tropes there are and all the characters and overlap. So I would recommend it for sure. It's a fun series.
I'm definitely going to try and finish it, but yeah, agree. What's our last one?
So the last one on here it's a little bit different. It's a thriller, like a mystery. We just threw it on here for good measure. But it's The Last House Guest by Megan Miranda. And I want to say it takes place in like Cape Cod maybe, or definitely somewhere like that, like a ritzier area. And there was a murder and the best friend is accused of it. And it's just kind of like the story of who saw her last and who did it and what happened. So I'm not, like, as you guys know, I'm not like huge into thrillers, but I remember enjoying this one and reading it and being like, what happened? I couldn't remember for the life of me. So I'd recommend that one. And then there's another one too. This isn't on the list, but I just thought of it. I just started it and I'm already blanking on the name. I'm so struggling.
You started it?
Yeah, I started it yesterday and I'm 50% through and now I can't remember the name of it. A Ship of Bones and Teeth by Rena Halley, I think is how you say her last name. It's a Little Mermaid retelling, but dark. Like, very, very dark. So, if you're kind of looking for, like, a really dark romance where, again, read the trigger warnings. I mean, there's branding and just, like, some dubcon, which is dubious consent for those who don't know. So, definitely look into it, but it takes place on a ship and it's mermaids and sirens and pirates. So kind of like a fun, like beachy read, but definitely dark.
Yeah, I think that also fits because The Little Mermaid just came out and I know people are like loving it. So if you want to continue in that era with a twist, then this may be for you. Yeah. I haven't read it. I'm just like adding my 2 cents.
For sure. Yeah.
I would also, if you're looking for like a thriller, I would recommend The Weekend Away by Sarah Alderson, I think is the name. This is actually a movie on Netflix as well, starring Leighton Meester.
Ooh.
I read it, so never do this, but I read the book right before, like, so I could watch the movie. And that was like a shit show, so the movie sucked to me. But my husband liked it. I thought the book was pretty good. It takes place like in Italy. They're on like a girls' trip, and the best friend disappears while she's with her. So kind of gives you those summary, like if you're going to Europe, maybe don't read it while you're there.
Yeah, maybe don't. Don't go with a friend.
Yeah, but I liked it.
Another one, too. I have not read this. I do want to read this as a thriller, now that we're on the thriller topic. Stillhouse Lake by Rachel Kane. Danny, who we both follow, Book Dan's, or I get everyone's handles wrong, but she raves about the series. She actually sent me this book to read, and it's like a mystery. It's a series. I know it's like a mom and her children are kind of running away from like something bad. I don't know a lot about it, but I've heard nothing but good things about it. So if you're looking for like a scary, spooky mystery, I've heard really good things about Stillhouse Lake by Rachel Kane. Maybe that can be one of our buddy reads. I don't know.
Yeah. I'm down.
Yeah. We'll see.
Another one I would recommend on this thriller kick is it's called One of the Girls by Lucy Clark. I started this and I never finished it, not because I didn't like it, just because it was a physical book and I read much better on Kindle.
Yeah.
But it's called, I already said what it was called, sorry. It's like a bachelor trip and they're in Greece and there's a murder. So, I don't know. It just gives the vibes, right?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I might read it. I might try and pick it back up and read it.
I think that's what's fun about beach reads too, like, or even summer reads. Like, I think I even told you what books I was taking when I went to Florida, and you're like, Emily, those aren't beach reads. And I'm like, but I'm just vibing. I can make them a beach read. But, like, I think it's so, like, subjective. You know what I mean? Like, whatever. I think last year I read The 100 Years of Lenny and Margot at the Beach. it's the saddest book I've ever read. But I associate that with the beach now. And I'm like, that's a beach book to me. And like,
probably not.
In Verity, I read Verity at the beach, binged it. And one day I remember I got so sunburnt that day because I couldn't stop reading it. So now to me, that's a beach book. Like, that's a beach read to me. But like, it's really, like, it has nothing to do with the
whatever
beach.
you want at the beach. Yeah.
But it's just
we're
like,
just trying to give you like summer vibes that like go with it. To me, I would say like romances are spring and summer, and then thrillers and fantasy are like fall and winter.
Yeah, definitely. There's seasons,
but obviously
guys.
read whatever you want, whenever the fuck you want.
I think this was a good list, though. I didn't realize really like how many we had here. There's a lot of books that I do want to read that I haven't read yet, so I'm excited.
Yeah,
I will
agree.
make a guide, guys. I know I say that and don't do it sometimes, but I feel like with something like this, I actually need to. So
I mean, she has no reason to not. She doesn't even have to listen to the episode. They're all right here.
that's true. The list is already listed.
Yeah.
Amazing.
So.
But I will. I promise you I will. And then I'll actually probably just use the same thing and post it on my personal page.
Okay, I'll do that as well.
But I think that's everything. I don't have any more that I can think of off the top of my head.
I don't either. I think this was a great episode. If you haven't read Fourth Wing yet, read it.
I read that at the beach. That is a beach read now.
Just throwing that out there. But that's all we have for this week's episode. If you like this episode, if you like this episode, what the fuck? Why can't I remember this? I really thought I was going to do it, and then I lost it. Okay, I guess you can say we're friends with Summer Reads. If you like this episode and want to continue reading along with us, make sure you follow us on Instagram at Friends with Books Pod. We will announce all of our upcoming buddy reads, and we also have a Facebook group, but we really don't use it.
We're so bad at it, guys.
For a couple weeks there, I was like really trying.
She was.
I don't know.
Yeah. It's
We'll
hard.
get back to it.
Will we? I don't know.
We should.
We should, because people are pretty active. Like, they'll talk back to us. But in the meantime, between us, deciding what to do with Facebook, make sure you subscribe to the pod on any of the listening platforms and tune into next week's episode.
You know what happened actually on the Facebook group?
What? Oh my God, what? I'm scared.
You know what I'm gonna... Well, you were there. You weren't there. But we got 2 spam accounts added to the Facebook group. They requested to join and we added them.
They were not.
We knew they were spam accounts only because they posted a picture of themselves and we're like, this is what I look like. Like, how are you? And we were like, what the fuck? And I felt so bad because the Facebook also is like connected to Messenger. And the one spam bot literally just like wrote in the chat and was like, hi, and someone responded.
Oh my
and
God,
the person that responded, I think it was Delaney, the spam account was like, can I get to know you, Delaney? And I was like, Emily, we need to remove this.
I was so uncomfortable. I was like, is this like online dating? I'm so confused what's happening. Like, I was just so uncomfortable. We will, even now, we'll get like spam requests where it's like, I know this 60-year-old man has not listened to a single episode of this. Yeah, so I don't know.
So if you want to join the Facebook group, there are like 3 questions you have to answer for us to approve you, and we now take them seriously.
We have
so make
to.
sure you answer them. But yeah, I thought that was funny.
Well,
this is what I look like.
We were like, beautiful. You're so pretty.
Emily commented and literally was like, beautiful. And then another girl did it right after, and the caption was the same. And I was like, these are not real people.
I was trying to be supportive because I was like, what if this girl is just kind of like awkward and like just like wants people to like compliment her? So she posted like a mirror, like full body selfie. And I was like, oh wow, like stunning. Like, thank you for sharing. And then, seconds later, someone did it. And I was like, I don't know. Something's not right here. And Jess like, Emily, we need to remove them. And I'm like, okay, you're right. They're coming on to Delaney now. Like, I don't know what's happening.
Poor Delaney.
It was chaos. She was so nice about it too, though. Like, I think she like responded back and was sweet, but they're removed, so it is safe to come into the Facebook group. But
yeah, for now.
Yeah, for now. We will be talking about Baby Moon or Bust by Ava Hunter next week, so make sure you read that. Jess, that's on KU, right?
It is on KU. I'm excited.
It's on Kindle Unlimited, so I'm really excited to read it and see why Jess likes it so much. But
I'm excited because I read it like a month ago now, and I don't even really remember what happened, but it's the vibes.
Amazing. I'm so excited. But I think that's it. That's all we got for you. So we will see you next Thursday.
Bye!
See you later!